Hey, welcome back to 16-Bit Rage Review, here with another 16 Bum Blast Roto-Rooters. Today, I'll be reviewing the recently released animated movie by Detective Comics, Batman the Killing Joke, based on the Alan Moore graphic novel of the same name. But the only killing joke here is the writing. When the original Killing Joke was released, it was met with a lot of controversy because it contained implied rape, the crippling of Batgirl, and other traumatizing scenes. So when this was announced a year ago, at the time of the video anyways, people were wondering how well they would adapt this controversial comic. So how did it turn out? Well, the first 31 minutes of this adaptation is entirely new material. Boring, bland, new material. It's full of boring characters, including a guy named fucking Paris France, shitty dialogue,
Caution, falling debris.
and an almost incestual Batman x Batgirl fanfic. The first half hour is so painful it makes Batman Forever look like The Dark Knight. It doesn't even blend well with the rest of the movie. It's obvious what they were going for when they wrote this portion of the movie. It was to make the tragedy of Barbara getting straight up cripped more effective, but in reality it does the opposite. Some people say that she didn't have much of a point in the source material, that she's only a sacrificial lamb. Hell, the original version of her was much more preferable than having to sit through this shit. They just made her into a shitty character. She's over-emotional, whiny, and outright insane. She's the fucking Anakin Skywalker of this movie.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
It actually makes you appreciate the fact that they straight up crippled the bitch. Nothing against Tara Strong, but this is honestly one of her worst performances. At least they didn't shoehorn some progressive rom-com-esque gay friend or something.
Darker men, huh? Barbara, why didn't you tell me? I have a cousin who's a defense attorney.
Ooh, Reese, not that dark.
He's single.
Shit. While the first act is inexcusably terrible, the entire rest of the movie isn't bad. It's an almost shot-for-shot remake of the original graphic novel. There are some minor additions and tweaks here and there, but nothing too drastic. For all intents and purposes, the rest of the movie was adapted well. What wasn't shitty original content, do not steal, was incredibly faithful to the source material. Let me just get out my soapbox here. Okay, got it. People say that when adapting something, it needs to be tweaked or improved to be a good adaptation, like in the sense of Stephen King's The Shining or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. But I don't necessarily agree with this. I believe when doing this process, it's important to stay as close to the original source material as possible. When someone says to themselves, this would make a good movie, they're not thinking, this would make a good movie if they just got rid of all the small details that I found charming, but rather, I'd like to see this the way I imagined it. But whatever, I'm putting my soapbox away now. Now there are some things that didn't translate as well as I'd hope, such as the aesthetics of the original. The animation is very wonky, for a lack of a better word. It just seems so stiff and lifeless, while the graphic novel is full of color and shapes and overall amazing visuals. It just can't compare. But while the visuals were kind of bland, there are some audio aspects that are orgasmic. I'm talking about voice actors, baby. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill reprise their roles as the Dark Knight and the Clown Prince of Crime respectively, and they steal the spotlight in every scene that they're in. While Conroy was force-fed some pretty shit lines in the first act, he still manages to perform at his very best. Mark Hamill was fucking great, the sky's blue, and Bethesda games just fucking work. Pre-order the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Remastered Edition already. But what else is new? So is The Killing Joke a good movie? Honestly, if you haven't seen it yet, I'd recommend skipping exactly 31 minutes and 4 seconds in, and you'd get a much better viewing experience. Never say I don't do anything for you. Thank you guys for watching. I'd like to thank my good friend Calvin for helping me write this script. It couldn't have been done as well without him. This has been 16-Bit Rage Review, signing off.